What was the experience of making, being the lead in this film like? Was it more difficult than you imagined, or was it an easy ride?
It's terrifying. Terrifying. I spent a lot of time telling everyone how scared I was. And Tony Martin would be like, but that's great, because you can use that. He's so positive. I just felt responsible for the film, I felt really responsible, and that was a lot of pressure. But saying that, I did my preparation, I had a great team of people around me, and I love it. I loved the process. I can't wait to do it again. I mean, the hardest part of the film was doing the emotional scenes, because I'd never done anything remotely like that, and I was really kind of in the dark trying to figure that out. And so that was quite liberating and exciting to do something that I'd never done before. And I was just in this dilapidated old house that I think was going to get ripped to shreds after we finished shooting. And there was just a walkie-talkie in there, and they're like, "Shh, when you're ready." And it's like, okay, off you go, break down now. So you do that, and you're like, wow, I did it. I don't know how, but I managed to do that. And they're like, okay, and again. Okay, and take 3. Okay, and take 4. And so that's when I realised, okay, this is why this is a skill. It's not just about raw talent. I mean, there's stuff that I don't know how to do, because it's like a natural Valium that gets released when you break down like that, and then to have to get back to anxiety. So there's all these new things. I was like, okay, I really need to... yeah. So there was certainly moments where my inexperience flared up, but for the most part, I just loved it.
Was there an added attraction in working on an Australian film?
Definitely. And specifically this script, there's a lot of things that reminded me of my childhood, because I grew up in a small beach town. I didn't grow up in Adelaide, but just the whole walking on hot tar and just a lot of the imagery really reminded me of my childhood. So I loved that about it. And just the character. I don't really get offers of playing a role like Elise. I never have. And I've always wanted to do something dramatic like this, but often the roles I get offered are more pretty girl in the movie roles, because they know me as a singer, and so, yeah, they're not really something to sink your teeth into. So I was quite excited to have the chance to see what I could do with it. And I've always wanted to do film. I'm not very good at juggling 2 careers, so it's not something that I would find easy to do. And the periods where I've tried it, like auditioning as well as writing an album, have been really hard, because you have to learn an accent, and you're with a dialect coach for 3 days for this audition, and then take that hat off and go and write a song. And I mean, songwriting's, you have to go inside yourself and be very creative, and it's an outpouring in that sense. And it's a weird change of gears to do it at the same time.